Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. Good morning everyone, good morning, and hopefully you guys are all ready for hopefully a pretty good day when it comes to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X restocks. First of all, happy weekend. I hope you guys are going to have a fantastic, lovely day. We have been seeing like a little bit more of a trickle of in-store restocks going on. We'll probably have a lot of nice little updates as of today, and probably give you guys a little bit more maybe updates as of tomorrow too as well, where we've kind of just been seeing some stocks, seeing some movements, and kind of a little bit more of a nicer uptick too as well. And I do always want to say I think usually the weekends do have a lot more of a higher stock amount and stock numbers and like a little just general restock. So it's usually a lot more worthwhile to call your stores, check your stores, and kind of go and see. But we've kind of covered up a little bit of these throughout the entire week itself, but it does kind of seem like these are becoming more and more prevalent, and we saw a bit more information too as well on top of that. So at least we have some good stuff with that, and I'm kind of happy with that, so let's go talk about it. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch room down below, the Webull and Coinbase down below, the Twitter giveaway down below, and keep on checking the good old Xboxes up in stock, and the links down below for Best Buy. So, very first and foremost, I do want to put a little extra shove, a little extra attention on the two big retailers. Number one, the Fred Meyers, the Kroger's, and Smith's stores. So, if you guys probably know, we've actually been seeing a little bit more of a nicer uptake when it comes to stock with them. We've been seeing like a little bit more of a big distribution on them, and we've kind of been seeing all three of them. They're kind of like the same parent companies, you guys probably know if you guys watch the videos, and it does seem like we've been having some good reports on them. As of the past, I'd say like 3 days or so, we've actually had like dozens of folks actually go get their consoles. I saw quite a few tweets and pictures and people getting them in general. So if you guys want to go and casually check and see for their tech areas, like, for most areas, think like a Sam's Club or a Costco or Myers or whatever, as we've been seeing a lot of that stuff, you guys can go and check and see. Now, I think a lot of the numbers we've been seeing are slightly on the lower side. Funny enough, I'd rather be honest with you guys and not be like, oh my god, there's 8,000. But like, I think we've been kind of seeing a pretty average like 3 to 5 range per store. And apparently people who have been talking to the store employees have kind of been like, yeah, I feel like usually around like maybe like a 2-week cycle or so is kind of what we've been hearing around so far. We're going to try to do a little bit more deeper diving, and you guys obviously go and check and see. You guys can let us know. I'll try my best to like relay out information as we get it, because it is regional and like, depends on the stuff. But that's pretty much everywhere. Like there's Kroger's everywhere, there's Fred Meyer's everywhere, there's Smith's everywhere. But like I said, I think the stock numbers we've been seeing and hearing are around like the 3 to 5 range, give or take, which looks pretty good. Like, in all honesty, that's looking pretty good. So I do enjoy seeing that. If you guys want to casually call, I think the weekends have been looking pretty nice and spicy. I think like we've been hearing a lot of Fridays through Mondays have been kind of seeing like it's seen like a bigger uptake. We haven't even seen it throughout the week, but I think usually like the weekends have been looking a little bit nicer. So that's looking pretty good. We've also been seeing Xboxes up in their stores too as well. So you guys want to go and casually check and see if you guys can. As I mentioned, some folks have just been asking employees, and they're like, yeah, we had stock soon, or yeah, we'll be getting stock soon, or yeah, we have a console, you want it, and kind of go from there. But I do think we've had a larger influx of people getting them recently, which is nice, mainly because it does kind of seem like a lot of the walk-ins were on like an 8 to 9 week cycle where just had no stock, and it kind of seems like we've been seeing Myers and a few other places in stock too as well. So like I said, definitely worth checking, definitely worth being on the lookout for, and go and check your stores or give them a call, especially you guys maybe picking up some food or groceries, always worth double checking. Now in part 2 of this, we've actually been seeing a few more select stores and finally a little bit up in Illinois. Now I think we've actually heard some stuff up in Oswego and a few other locations too for Myers. I think maybe down like Plainfield as well for some of the Illinois side. So in case you guys are curious on some stock, we did try our best to reach out to our Indiana contact. They did have a chance to go and state that some of their internal systems were floating on some stock, so they had a chance to like look at deliveries and see that. I think the northern Indiana contact that we've talked to before, they I think have told me that it is sold out for their store location, so they'll have to wait for the next like restocking wave to show on up. So what does that mean? When it comes to store stocks, we have been seeing a lot in Michigan and Wisconsin, although that kind of seemed like the first wave, and I think a little bit up in the Indiana side too as well. So with those 3 regions, you guys can still check. Like, I never want you guys to not check a store, or like if you guys are casually getting groceries or picking up wine or picking up stuff or whatever, I would say it's still worth checking. But at least for this, we've been seeing I think a little bit more on the Illinois, and I think I'd probably assume that in Ohio, because sometimes they do kind of flip-flop a little bit when it comes to stock and stock movements. So Kind of depends on everything, kind of depends on the movement and all that stuff. But we have been seeing more PlayStation 5 normal disc editions, no bundles, no digitals or whatever. And yeah, it kind of does kind of stink. So, but at least we have been seeing stock with it. So it's still worth checking and seeing. I do think like the larger priority though would probably be more on like the Kroger's and Fred Meyers and Smiths and all them. They kind of been, I guess, kind of like the more priority / have more stock / we're seeing them in more stores, or at least that's just more widespread. Now, I do want to remind you guys that we had and did see a lot of BJ's bundles for the PlayStation 5s before, although we haven't really been seeing too much more stuff. We did see them go to an online restock not that long ago, which does kind of bump up the likelihood of them maybe doing more in-store stuff. So we'll be watching. Like, it actually probably would be worth checking, although I have to be honest, we have not seen any reports of anything going on for the East Coast side. Although, if you guys always want to check and see, they have been having some pretty prominent amounts of stock and everything else tied on in. But when it comes to them, we haven't seen many reports. We haven't seen much more, and they did allocate some online stock. But I'd probably say, just based on like what we've been seeing, they might go and have either some stuff today, tomorrow, or throughout these next few days. We'll probably give you guys a pretty similar video tomorrow, I'd say, just based on overall stock, unless we see a lot more extra movement or a lot more other stuff. But like at least, like I said, Fred Meyers, Kroger, Smiths, and Myers are looking pretty good. Now, I want to remind you guys, Best Buy. So we actually have still been getting a lot of Xboxes linked down below. If you guys want to pick up any Xboxes or get any consoles from that, feel free to. But when it comes to most stuff, we have also still been seeing some of the Best Buys, same with Target too as well, kind of what we've been talking throughout the week. Best Buys for them also having PlayStation 5 still in stock. So if you guys do want to go and check online and go and check for your Best Buy store locations, feel free to. The PlayStation 5s have been still showing up on the unavailable and like canceled, like out of order, whatever, and people still been getting walk-ins. Although we've still been kind of closely waiting for an actual proper drop. We're not sure still exactly when and where because it's just so conflicting, but you guys kind of have to play your own local area up by ear and go from there. But as I mentioned, we've been seeing a lot of Xboxes, both actually I think for even walk-ins too as well, like on the shelves. So we'll give you guys more details if we hear more stuff. But at least online, you guys can check your local area and see. PS5s depends. We haven't really seen Best Buy do a lot of weekend restock, so we don't really want to be on the lookout for that. Target, though, we still have been seeing the double whammy of more Target stock in stores. So if any of you guys do go casually check and see, and you guys do get any Target stock, let me know. We have, so like I said, mentioned, we have been seeing some stock floating around. So if any of you guys do want to go be on the lookout for it, feel free to. We've been seeing around the early morning hours around now for the online orders, for their PlayStation 5 online orders in-store pickups, and then same thing too for the Xbox. So though we still have not really seen that many Xboxes floating around. But we also have been still seeing just them on the physical store shelves themselves. So if you guys want to ask employees and find out in the back or all that stuff, feel free to if you guys would like to. But like I said, it kind of just depends on the area, depends on stock, depends on, well, everything. So be on the lookout for that. Amazon has done weekend restocks, so if you just want to be very, very subtly on the lookout for them, you guys totally could when it comes to that. But we haven't had any notices or website notices. Whenever we do, we'll definitely let you guys know, but I'm not really too much on the lookout for, well, a lot of that stuff in general. But we are on the overdue side. We usually like to see any dates like plus like the 20th. If we see any stock arrivals or leaks, we'll let you guys know. As we mentioned too as well, GameStop. We're still waiting to go and find out more GameStop information too, or at least have like whenever it's like a 75 or 80% chance, we'll let you guys go and know. But just like you guys know, we have been seeing some stuff. So we'll give you guys more details maybe throughout today, maybe if we see more stuff. So we'll give you guys details and watch, and I'll go from there. As well for other various things too. When it comes to just other random online things as well, we have sometimes seen Costco do weekend drops, although they have done PS5s right this week. We have seen Sam's Club do weekend drops, although once again, we have seen them at least do PlayStation 5s this week. We have also seen the Newegg shuffles happen on the weekends. And on top of that, too, like sometimes, just the general mid-tier stuff, like, say, like a Gamefly or a Newegg, or even Anton Lion, I think it's been working in weekend restocks. So be on the lookout for it if you guys would like to, as well. Military restocks have still been kind of barren, although they might be kind of kicking back into high tail if we're seeing other retailers in stock getting some more additional stock. So we can kind of go from there and see, but at the end of the day, it kind of stinks. We're still waiting for some more good movement. And then lastly, Walmart has their confirmed drop in a little bit, so I'm probably not seeing too much. Lastly, to wind down the video, Costco still has been having a lot of extra stock for the nice little like Salt Lake City area down in Utah, so you just want to go check out that place. If you guys are in that region, I think they had some really big stock numbers, higher than expected. So if you guys want to check the stores over there and see for PS5s or Xboxes, feel free to, mainly because, well, it's just looking and feeling pretty good on that. So at least it is confirmed too. On top of that, some leftover stock if you guys want the bundles. We're still watching, the Verizons and Dormas and all that other stuff, but we haven't been seeing too much more walk-ins for PC Richards or, Staples or like HEBs and all of that, but at least we have all the other walk-ins too floating around. So we'll give you guys more details tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And as well, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller, Twitter and Twitch room down below, the Webull and Coinbase down below, the Twitter giveaway down below, the Xbox links down below, and the Twitter PS5 giveaway down below. And I'll see you guys all later on throughout today for more videos. Love you guys.